As it was, man, I was feeling really nervous. I was feeling like anxious right before the show. And, you know, I just needed something to calm me down, right? So of course I did some things in order to calm me down. But even then, that wasn't kind of enough, you know what I'm saying? I just had this bad feeling. And I never really do when I go perform and stuff like that. But for some reason, because it was with my son, and Polo G at the time was his favorite rapper, I was like, you know, I'm doing this for him, so I just gotta go through with it. You know, at first, you know, as soon as we get on that stage, I was just like, all right, it's showtime.
Yeah, what's up, South Park Rally? Make some motherfucking noise.
Right then and there, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do what I usually do, perform how I usually perform, you know, and everything was going good. You know, some of the songs that we were doing, everything was going good. But then shit just got out of hand. Right then and there, I was just like, damn, like what the fuck, you know? And I started seeing people throw stuff at us. They were throwing, you know, some beads or whatever they could get a hold of. And then I thought to myself like, oh shit, you know, I'm just gonna go through it, I'm gonna thug it out. And then comes the infamous water bottle, which I didn't feel at the time because I was on one. As soon as they throw that, boom, someone catches it on camera. I didn't realize that had happened till the next day. You know, they had to shut it down because people just kept on throwing all this shit. Now, the main goal of that show was to get my son the Roach to meet Polo G, which was kind of bittersweet because eventually we did do that. I did get him to meet Polo G, but as you can see in our faces, we weren't feeling good about that. You know, that shit just, you know, with that incident that just happened, it was like we were numb to the fact, right? But because of that show, that was one of the many reasons it lit a fire under my ass. I said, you know what? I gotta take an L to get the biggest dub. Y'all could guess what that was.
I'm God's favorite. I'm God's favorite.